What are mountain bikers, moped riders, motorcyclists, and riders of other two-wheeled vehicles to do in winter, when there are heaps of snow everywhere? There's a solution, though it's only for those into extreme sports. About 90 to 95, we measured it recently when we were riding in Bukovel. It's scary all the time, but riding is more interesting when it's scary. It's not as fun when it isn't challenging. In today's episode, we will find out what a Snowscoot is and why Ukrainian riders enjoy riding them. Hi guys! Hello! What are your names and what are you going to tell us today? Andrei, Serhiy, also Serhiy. Today we're going to tell you about a Snowscoot and how to ride it. Snowscooting is a relatively new trend in extreme sports, which originated in Switzerland in the 1990s. A group of cyclists and skiers ended up in a snowstorm and decided to attach skis to an ordinary bike. It's fairly popular in Europe and Japan. Just like in snowboarding and skiing, there are many directions. It's going to be something very familiar for those who ride BMX bikes, since the frame, many components and tricks are borrowed from a BMX. Motorcyclists also like it a lot because there is certain similarity with motorbikes. I think snowboarders are going to like it as well. It's fun and everyone who tries it likes it. No matter what they were riding on before, this new fad emerged. This is how a Snowscoot looks like. It's a steel frame. They also make aluminum frames, but we will show how steel frames are made right here and now. This is a soft pad to make riding more comfortable and to prevent injuries. This is a BMX handlebar, and it generally resembles a BMX. Here's how you ride it. There's no seat, so you stand up on it with your legs half bent. You steer it by tilting it if you need to turn smoothly. One of the most popular questions is how to stop it. You slow down just like on a snowboard by tilting. The maneuver is just a little bit sharper. The skis resemble snowboards a bit, but they're made specifically for Snowscoots. Their unique feature is that they're more rigid and the front ski is rounded on both sides, so that you can ride backwards.
И передняя лыжа, она закруглена с обеих сторон, для того, чтобы можно было крутиться и ехать спиной вперед. I
didn't expect it to be this interesting, and that I would enjoy it this much. Many ask me what it can be compared with. It's hard to say, but some things are similar to a motorbike, some resemble a bicycle, but the sensations are something of their own, and I think it's probably the sliding effect. It's also a bit similar to a snowboard.
I
first saw it on the internet about 5 years ago. Decided to give it a try, and I liked it. I couldn't find one for sale in Ukraine, so I made it myself from a bike and 2 snowboards. I tried it out and enjoyed it a lot. I kept searching where to buy one, ordered a brand model, and took a ride on. I enjoyed it so much that I've been riding it for 3 years now.
I
can't ski or snowboard. I can only ride on a Snowscoot. I've been riding for 4 seasons now. On top of that, I ride a cross-country bike and do a little windsurfing.
А Snowscoot я
Sir, he told me about motocross, so we started doing motocross with him occasionally. I found out that he made such a thing, went with it to Bukovel.It right after building it, and launched himself over the handlebars several times.
Snowscoot привлекает
I like a Snowscoot because this thing resembles a motorcycle and a bike. The dynamics are the same and all the functions are almost the same. What I most enjoy about this new form of extreme sport is that you're drifting most of the time when you take sharp turns, so it's really fun.
Это очень круто и это фан. Мой друг и по совместительству тренер по мотокроссу.
My friend Serhiy Husak is also a motocross coach. He introduced me to Snowscoot and showed me the basics. It was thanks to him that I found out about this wonderful sport.
Это было около года назад.
That was about a year ago, at the beginning of winter. He had several Snowscoots, but he had not started making them at that time. I started riding with him on small hills here in Kiev at first. Then we started going to alpine ski resorts like Bukovel and went abroad occasionally. I've been mountain biking for a fairly long time in the downhill discipline.
Скоростной спуск на велосипеде тоже с горы. Ну и мотокроссом. Хочу отметить.
I would like to note that these sports have greatly helped me with Snowscoot.
Меня привлекает это данное занятие.
I like this sport because you can ride straight, unlike in snowboarding, and your legs are together.
То есть не боком, как на сноуборде, и ноги у тебя будут вместе. У меня ассоциации с
It resembles a bicycle, so I can perform certain tricks that I can't do on a bike, like a bunny hop. I like it because I can switch to snow during the winter season, when it's dangerous to ride on a standard bike.
велосипеде ты априори кататься не можешь. Научиться правильно одеться первым.
First of all, it's learning how to dress properly. Then the key is to find a long slope and ideally a person who has experience riding, for example, an instructor. Then you can get a handle of the basics, learn how to hit the brakes properly and safely, how to keep your balance, and then gradually move on to steeper slopes.
Крутые склоны. Мы сейчас
We've created a club of people that are into this new form of extreme sports, and we're trying to attract as many people as possible. We teach them and invite them to ride with us.
Я когда начинал
When I just started, I learned from videos and by trial and error.
методом проб
One of the hardest things is probably learning to get on the surface lift.
это было научиться подниматься на бугельном подъемнике. Я приехал в
I went to Bukovel.It in the Carpathians, where there are surface lifts, and I had no idea how to get up to the summit.
подъемнику, куча людей.
I went to the lift, there were a lot of people there, and I was wearing motocross equipment and a helmet, which attracted their attention. So they gave me a hanger, and I had a general idea of how to get onto it. But I obviously fell a couple of times as a neophyte. I made some people laugh, but I figured out how it works in a day and started riding properly.
И начал кататься нормально.
The more you do it, the faster you can go, and then there are more possibilities to master this sport and achieve your ultimate goal.
Тем больше каких-то возможностей. Учился сложно было.
Learning was difficult because I had no opportunity to find an instructor. We learned from our mistakes. It was especially unpleasant when I got turned around and went backward after gaining some speed. It was really unpleasant. With time, we realized that we had to shift our weight to the front to prevent that from happening. It's a bit easier now because we learned to ride and we can give a couple lessons to those interested and show them the basics. The main rule in this sport is to look about 30 meters ahead instead of looking at your skis, and then shift your body weight forward when turning.
научился Серега. Основной сложностью было...
Sir, he taught me everything. The main difficulty was getting used to the fact that you don't use the handlebar to turn the Snowscoot.
Это была основная.
Instead, you use your torso and legs. When you're going straight and you want to turn right, you won't change anything by turning the handlebar.
Если ты едешь прямо и хочешь
What you need to do is lean right and get into a drift. It's similar to snowboarding.
наклониться, занести его в небольшой дрифт, ну, в принципе, как и на сноуборде. Учился я приблизительно...
It didn't take me long to learn. It was just about a week and a half or two. After 4 training sessions, I was more or less able to go in the direction I wanted.
и удобно. Хорошо помню свой...
I remember my first ride well. It felt like I had zero control over this piece of equipment. I went in the direction of the safety netting and ran into it, knocking a couple of people over. It was a gradual process, like in any other sport. You fall a lot at first, but then you get better over time and begin pulling off certain maneuvers more purposefully.
Существуют те же дисциплины, что и в
The
сноуборде.
disciplines in this sport are the same as in snowboarding: freestyle, jumps and tricks, and free riding. That is, traversing unprepared tracks, wild slopes, and racing on special tracks for 4 people. I tried free riding and freestyle, but unfortunately there is nowhere to ride here. There are no such specialized parks. We made our own trampolines, but you can't call that freestyle. We want to do a somersault jumping from a trampoline.
Хотим вот сальто прыгнуть на нем.
Пока что мы просто...
In the meantime, we just ride at resorts like Bukovel. I've been to Bukovel.It a couple times to do some free riding, but free riding means I'm going to have to get larger skis.
ставить лыжи большей площади.
I like free riding for riding on soft snow between pine trees. That's the most thrilling and satisfying aspect of this form of extreme sports.
Мне больше всего нравится фрирайд, так как все-таки, наверное, это...
I like free riding the most because it's probably the most interesting discipline that gives you the most freedom, and you are on a slope with pristine, untouched snow, hills, rise and descents.
Снег, целина, не тронутый абсолютно, никем не укатанный.
This allows you to ride however you want, jumping over some obstacles, especially if the descent is steep and snow forms a kind of set of stairs, which you can use to jump off.
Под такими ступенями. Ты можешь, как на велосипеде, отталкиваться от одной ступени, можешь, наоборот, подсаживаться и делать полет ниже. Также хотелось бы...
I'd also like to do a backflip, and I think I'll do it this year, because I can already do this element on the ground, and now I would like to try and take on this challenge by doing it on a Snowscoot, on a snowy downhill trail.
Это сделать на сноускуте в рыхлый снег.
We welcome anyone to join us, and we'll do some awesome backflips together on snow scooters.